disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowed, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Mike Gibbs, Joe Hartley, and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Going on?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Inner Network. On Mondays, you've got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesdays is CTE with Chris, Los, and Travis. Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Mike, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can, get the inside scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Inner Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's going on?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot, man. I was helping out my sister-in-law today with their basement. They're doing a whole demo. Me and the whole family went over there, and the kids really enjoyed it. And we got that crap done fast. I said, I might have a business here.
Yeah, I might have you come over to my house then, man. I got some projects over here.
I think we took down 7 walls in an hour and a half.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
It's another major here, man. Just getting the bikes ready to go. I'm going to Florida for 2 weeks. So
For race car?
no, we're going for bike week.
Okay.
We're gonna go beforehand. We're gonna ride Key West, go to Miami, things like that. Big weekend.
Are you riding a bike all the way down there?
No, I trailer them.
Okay.
I was going to say, most people trailer them.
Okay.
Hell no, I would never do that. Too fat for that. Big weekend for the Plowman family. You know, your uncle's birthday today.
That's right. That's right.
And then, one of the Plowmans was out there competing. It looked like this weekend.
Yeah.
Barbecue
It was not me. Yeah.
But you know what? Travis put a little video together, and it looked like just the video I saw, right? Your dad did all the work.
Oh shit!
I mean, it is his passion, and I wasn't there. I don't know what all everybody else contributed, what they did. I mean,
you're being very political.
No. I'm being 100. I'm being 100. I mean, I know my mom helps out a lot. I just don't know what Trav did. I know my aunts and uncles. I wasn't there. I have no idea.
Though.
Well, yeah, you know, my dad's been competing in barbecue competitions for a few years now.
Really?
So, yeah, that's what he does. He got
I didn't know that.
He got a couple of plaques up on the wall in the kitchen. So yeah, he's pretty proud of it.
That's awesome.
Bugs, what's going on with you, man?
Y'all better stop playing my director, man. He over here, he was doing his thing. Like
no, he wasn't.
he was told to be the inspector. That's all he was. Don't play him. But now my weekend's been good, man. Realistically, honestly, man, I've just been chilling this weekend. Like it's like probably one of the first weekends in like a while that I've actually haven't had to go anywhere. I just got to stay home and not do anything. What I actually ended up doing yesterday was I ended up going out to New York, went to support one of the sponsors of Main Gang, VFT. So I went to go see the ladies' night, which was awesome, dope. It was off the chain. It was a great set of fights, entertaining, man. Everything was awesome. So it was really good. That's basically just been my weekend.
Okay.
Did you guys listen to Jeff and Alex?
I normally do. I didn't this past week.
I'm a couple episodes behind, but I do know
Alex talking about his mom.
No.
Alex talking about how his mom is like hyper than him, like more outgoing than him, and I'm like,
oh, they need to put her on the podcast then.
I want her to be a guest. She must be like a stick of dynamite. If she's 100 times Alex, man.
I can't even imagine.
Me either.
My weekend's been pretty cool too. Getting some stuff in order for the new building. Man, it's gonna be a lot.
Congratulations, man. When is that?
Thanks a lot, man. I'm April.
Where are you at again?
On Grand River, just south of Schaefer, right across the street from the police station and the McDonald's right there. That's the landmarks I've been telling people. So it's gonna be nice, man. We even got a backyard behind the building that's all our space and everything. So I got to get creative and put some things back there also. So we're gonna have some fun this summer.
Bring the picnics back to your school.
Now, I am bringing the picnic back this year. That was one of my goals. I wanted to do in 2020. I wanted to do the picnic, the Plowden picnic, but because of COVID and everything, of course we couldn't do it. But my goal is to do the picnic this year.
That's awesome.
So I just got to find the location for that, and get back to doing that. And it's just not going to be my school. Of course, it's going to be my uncle's school. And I'm going to invite Ski School and Pete School if they want to do it also. Just do the whole family. Like we used to do back in the day, just have some fun, So I did that, and I did something new today, something I never did before. I went to Monster Jam, and that was pretty cool. I have never been to Monster Jam ever in my life. And I know, Mike, you're looking disappointed in me, man. You're looking disappointed in me.
I mean, did you take Champ?
Yeah, Champ went.
Okay,
Champ
well, there's your pass.
Yeah. Champ went. Melissa and her daughter also. All four of us went down there.
Well, that's okay if you made it a family event.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool, man. But I'm always seen those commercials all the time. I'm gonna be honest. I was surprised to see the amount of black people that was down there. Honestly, it was a lot of black people. I've never in my life ever heard anybody say they were going to Monster Jam ever. Not one person have I ever talked to say they were going. So I was amazed. Like Ford Field was packed. It was extremely packed down there. I didn't know it was that big.
It draws a good crowd.
Oh man, I did not know that.
That is as well as the Supercross.
Okay.
The Supercross is not this weekend coming up. The following weekend, we're actually going to try to come back so we can go to the Supercross. Now that's sweet.
Oh, I mean, this was nice too, man. I mean, like I said, this was the first time I've been there. This was the first time I really paid attention.
I'm just judging you. I've been.
So yeah, man, I had a good time, man, watching the trucks do their thing and some of the stunts that they were doing, man. Doing backflips and everything. I wouldn't want to ride in there and with somebody that was more experienced, but it was crazy. But it was a good time. Champ liked it, of course.
That's cool.
All right, Joe. So Joe came by my school last week, and saw some of the kids there. We had testing, and Joe came. What did you think, Joe?
I thought it was really nice. I forgot that you said you're doing testing, but I just wanted to come, get the layout, get the ride there, so I could make sure I get there on time. Mm-hmm. And first thing I saw Gene there, and it reminded me of Coach. I said, you do class just like Coach. He's just chilling up on stage. I'm like, all right, cool. I can do this. It was great. I love it.
Joe, when you gonna come back down to the school and train, man?
So I am looking to come out this week. My daughter is all healed up. She wants to spar. I want to get my 3rd degree black belt, and I do want to come back and spar. So I'm trying to get out there this week. And my other daughter wants to do jiu-jitsu, some grappling. So I don't know. I'm going to be busy.
Okay.
Pete's been down sparring with us.
Pete has? Okay. Yeah. You know what? Pete looked good at Rich's tournament. And that was the last time I hadn't seen him fighting. Ooh, yeah, he's got that sidekick.
Kicking me in my rib, my leg. I got that little fat still that hangs out right there, and Pete be kicking me on it. And I'm like, damn, man. Shit hurts.
All right, so as you guys can see, we are delaying the start of this damn movie that Angel Diaz picked.
No, bullshit. Joe.
No.
But
I love Dennis Rodman.
I explained it the way it went down, and we can go back to the tape if we need to. But I gave several options from the 90s because I picked the 90s, and I chose all Jean-Claude Van Damme films, and you jumped up and said, "Yeah, double team, Dennis Rodman." So
who said that? Angel.
Yeah,
Angel wasn't even born then. You can't judge him for that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It came out in '97. I was born in '97. So whatever month it came out,
I love Dennis Rodman. You know, I've hung with Dennis.
What?
That does not surprise me, Mike. That does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, so like my dad had a friend that he worked at General Motors with, and his son and I became friends, and we played basketball together. And his older brother and Rodman lived together, were best friends, opened a business together. So like when Rodman had his camps and was in town, we were always at their house. We were at his lake house. Then he bought Lee Iacocca's house in Bloomfield. And he had like an arcade room. We used to go over there and hang out and play. And then he had his basketball camp. We'd ride with Rodman to the camp. He was a real cool dude before Madonna fucked him up. That's what happened. He turned fucking weird when he started getting in that LA scene, and you know, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Yeah,
I think Kanye West is on the way to being this, you know, this era's version of Dennis Rodman.
I think man, that's great. That's a great analogy.
It really is.
I think he's just trying to find himself, man.
Kanye or Dennis Rodman? I mean, because they both okay.
Dennis Rodman knew exactly who he was.
But can you imagine being with Kim Kardashian and then she dumps you and then she's with some dumbass comedian? Like that's got to blow to your ego.
Yes, 100%. But what was she gonna do? He was going crazy. He was on Twitter dogging the whole family.
I mean, but they're a little stupid.
I agree 100%, but you are nowhere near. You can't be on.
That's okay. I'm with
you
it.
You can't be on Twitter dogging your family and letting out like family secrets and stuff. He was off his rocker.
Yes, you can.
You can, but they're not. That person's not going to stick around with you.
My cousin, he's a dirty ass cop. I don't care. I'll say it.
Yo, you're crazy, Mike. What's wrong with you?
That doesn't shock me. Mike's nuts.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Mike says whatever he wants.
Yo,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with him. He was at the 10th forever. Hey, he worked with Verona for a while.
I'm not speaking on that.
He's not dirty. He is. He is.
He's gonna get his boy.
I'm tapped out. I'm out. I'm not speaking on that.
He's too dumb to turn on a podcast. He ain't gonna be able to listen to this.
No, this is.
I love it. I love it.
I'm just saying. You know, we got some.
He's a black belt, though.
We got some.
He's the one that got me into karate. But
I'm just saying, we got some, you know, some other main game people that might not want us to have this conversation right now. So I'm trying to move on.
Angel's in another state. He ain't got extradite Angel.
Oh, I'm not talking about Angel. So I'm like I said, I'm trying to move the conversation on.
Oh God.
I'm trying to move the conversation on to the movie. Let's get to the movie.
Oh, do we have to? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I turned it off in 11 minutes and 23 seconds because he said something that offended me, and now, like, if I see him, if he's over at Randy's house ever, I'm gonna go off because I just noticed what he said. We'll get to it, but then I was like cleaning the bikes, getting ready for Florida because I knew I had to go to work here, so I was trying to do it. And I'm watching it, listening to it because I got a TV in my garage. I'm like, man, I can't even pay attention to this shit.
Well, I had to watch it twice. I had to watch it twice. You know, we were
talking
about it last.
Why?
Because I fell asleep on the bullshit. That's why.
Bro, it's not that serious.
I had to watch it again. I'm leading the show. Like, if I don't watch it, like, who's going to do it? You know.
Hey, I wouldn't have been mad if you'd be like, that movie sucks. We're just not doing it.
Oh, I'm not going to do like you, Mike. I cannot do like you did. I can't.
Yeah, man.
And that's okay because I watched it all, and I remember this movie actually because I remember watching this movie and liking it. And the second I got the first 10 minutes of this movie, I go, I know this movie word for word. I must have watched this movie too many times.
So you're gonna have to jump. You're gonna have to jump in for me, then, Joe. Because
go ahead, Joe. You lead us.
Yeah, that's even better. That's even better.
All right, we're watching Double Team. This is Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman teaming up together the team up we all wanted in the 90s, of course. I mean, I really don't know what the directors were thinking. I really do. It's such an odd. He's not even into karate. Like, where did they come up with, let's have Dennis Rodman?
Well, you got to think, at this time, Dennis Rodman was all over the place in the 90s. He was doing wrestling. Of course, he was with the Bulls. He was constantly in trouble. So, I mean, he sold this movie. I think he sold this movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was enough to sell it too, because he was big then.
Not at that time. At that time, he was starting to get into his shit also. So I don't know about that.
My wife hates him, so I loved him growing up. But now I'm looking and going,
why does she
I can
hate
see
him?
why people don't. She has a huge problem. She thinks he's arrogant. He's foul to his wife. She just thinks he's a not.
Oh, was he really? I didn't know that.
That's what she listen. My wife's a feminist, so anybody who was wrong to their wife, my wife knows exactly who they all are.
Oh, we're getting canceled.
Vegans, Russians, and now feminists.
What? I didn't say anything wrong.
No, we're getting
canceled. It's not that you don't say nothing wrong. You don't say nothing wrong.
I didn't say anything wrong. I support her in that.
You don't say anything wrong. Listen to me. You don't say anything wrong. You just categorize people.
Well,
you can't do that.
What you want me to tell you? She'll tell you she's a feminist.
Oh shit, we're getting canceled. Oh god.
We're getting kicked off.
I didn't say anything bad about it, so I don't care. Anyhow,
let me ask you what. Okay, hold on, Joe. What is going on in the first scene? Because I watched this part 3 times and I don't know what's going on. It made no sense at all. We see him like steal a tank / truck, and he's running away. I didn't get it. I didn't understand what was going on. Can you explain? Can you explain this part, or anybody?
At my best, the drug bust. I don't know. I have no idea.
It was supposed to be. So I did pay attention to this part. It was supposed to be petroleum. He was pulling. I thought.
Okay.
I thought those were petroleum tanks.
Okay.
Behind that, whatever that Humvee, if you want to call it, he was driving. Yeah. But then when it like broke off before he went down that mountain. Like, it didn't explode. So I'm like, all right, well, that wasn't petroleum then. And then it was almost going to be over for me, like at the 2-minute mark. When he hit that railroad track, I'm like, if he clears the train tracks, I'm turning it off. Because I didn't remember that part.
Yeah, he didn't, though. He kind of went through the top of a couple of those carts. And then he got away. But it was never it was never any type of explanation of what was going on, what was the purpose of that. I was just left blank.
We get that, and we're introduced to Jean-Claude Van Damme, whose name is Jack, which we don't know until a few minutes later, and then it just pans to 3 years later.
Yeah.
So what was going on? That whole first scene,
it didn't make any sense.
It was for nothing.
It didn't make any sense at all.
So we're introduced to Jack. I forget his last name, but
Quinn.
Jack Quinn, and that's Jean-Claude Van Damme's character. And it's him and his wife at their house, and they're goofing around in the pool.
She's fine.
And she's pregnant, and it looks like, everything's going to be fine. And a gentleman shows up and with muddy boots, which I'm not sure what that was all about, and cleans his boots off in the pool, and basically tells Jack, retirement looks good on him, but he has an assignment for him.
Right. So we find out basically that he's working for the CIA, or he worked for the CIA, and they want him to come in to do one more thing.
And I guess this is his quote unquote unicorn, the guy he's never been able to catch, guy he's been after his whole career, Stavros,
right,
played by Mickey Rourke. And so, of course, he's going to pull himself out of retirement for that, because that's his number one bad guy. He can't go and fully retire and live his life without getting this one bad guy.
Let me ask you guys this.
Mickey Rourke's been in shape forever, man. He was in good shape in this movie.
He was. He was young, too.
Did Van Damme look a little different to you guys?
Yes, he was.
He had gray hair.
I'm not going to say it.
Go ahead, Angel.
That's when he was on his like drug issue.
Okay.
That's why that's why I kind of said like this is like them two together. It must have been one crazy set. In all seriousness, like you could look and tell, like even if you watch the fight scenes, it didn't look like he was doing all his stunts anymore. Like,
so maybe they got together and wrote the script high or something.
I don't know, man. Because listen, at one point, if you see in one of the scenes, you just see a leg kicking Mickey Rourke, and then it'll pan back and try to make it look like it was Jean-Claude Van Damme kicking. It wasn't him. Because anytime he's ever kicked, you'll show like a full screen of it. So
know what? It's funny you say that, Angel, because I did notice that, and I thought that had to have been him. Because why would you have Jean-Claude Van Damme if he's not doing his own martial arts? I did think that also.
Yeah,
but what was throwing me off was his haircut. Like, he had a George Clooney haircut in this movie. Because I'm looking at him the whole time like he looks really weird. Not normal.
Yo, if you notice it also, in every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, he has some reason to take off his shirt. His shirt was never really off in this one. He usually kept everything on. And I'm telling you, that was because of him starting his whole drug issue. Like, his body wasn't looking the same anymore, so he couldn't have his shirt off. Because you notice every time his final fight scene, there's some reason why he like takes off his shirt and he'll fight it without a shirt on.
20 more pounds and I'm taking my shirt off when I do my kata.
Do it.
All right, Joe, keep on going, man.
So we pan over. They get Jack Quinn back in the game.
Well, hold on. One other thing that we want to point out. When we see him at his house, he has a nice house. Also, we're introduced to his wife also, and we see his wife is pregnant, and that's going to be a major part in the movie later on. So I didn't want to skip over that.
I said that.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, in the pool. So we pan over to Rome, and the gentleman that had recruited Quinn back is in his car. And Stavros meets him with a gun to his head. And basically, he thanks him. He's excited that he got Jack Quinn back in the game. Tells him he left him a present in the back seat. Of course, it's a bomb, and he can't get out of his car. Car blows up. And, game on, I guess. And they also show a scene with Jack and his wife, and she doesn't want him to go. She's worried for him. He just says, I got to do this one last thing. And of course, he goes and he ends up in a club where we meet Dennis Rodman.
That's a weird club.
First time.
That's a
and
weird
what's
club.
His name is
the club you would find him at.
Yes.
Yes. That's his name. Yes.
And he is in full Dennis Rodman mode.
Dennis Rodman attire. Listen. They didn't need no costume and makeup for him. He brought his own stuff. He was good.
I'm telling you, he had the hair, he had the clothes.
This man at one point wore a Wonder
piercings. His nails were done. He had some interesting glasses on. I mean, he's the character that's the character they wanted to play.
He painted his nails when he played for the Pistons.
Yep.
No one just never noticed it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Always painted.
Yeah, I did.
Nails.
Well, I'm actually gonna say this. In all seriousness, that dude was onto something, because now a lot of guys paint their nails, and it's like a typical. It don't happen where you guys are from.
I'm not seeing anybody paint their nails. I'm not seeing no one.
Nah, for real, man. Over here,
like with colors, or you talk about just getting it buffed and shine?
No. Like it'll be like black, red, or like they'll have like one or two nails that are different colors. Like that's like a real big thing over here where I'm from. It's really wild.
Over here, it only happens in this town called Ferndale.
Keep on going, Joe. Keep going, Joe. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Keep going.
So Yaz's character. Now here's the part I need to. Is Yaz a part of the CIA? Because he is a weapons guy. He's a weapons guy, or is he?
It seemed like he was. Like, where does he get all these weapons from?
That's what I'm wondering. Is he a part, or is he like I
assumed he was an arms dealer.
Yeah, that would make. See, I don't think the CIA is paying for him to do all this, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just assumed he was.
I'm not sure if it's black market or what.
That's what I thought. I thought it was black market. It's what it seemed like to me.
Okay.
Well, he's a weapons specialist.
There you go.
Not only does he have multiple different kinds of weapons, but he creates his own weapons and all that fun stuff. And we see Jack. He's putting together the team to take out Stavros. So he's got a sniper, he's got a whole team, and they're getting together and they're putting weapons together, and they're coming up with a plan to take out Stavros at what looks to be a carnival. Go ahead, guys. What do you got?
I think that was kind of slick. How Stavros, it seemed like he had all of this set up. Because he knew he needed to see his son. He was happy that Quinn was. I don't know why he was happy Quinn was coming back in the game. Why he wanted Quinn. I don't understand what his infatuation with Quinn was. That's one thing I was confused.
I assumed he was like the baddest guy in the military or whatever.
No, they used to work together.
Yeah, but I assumed Van Damme was the elitist. That's what I assumed.
I think they were 1 and 2.
That's about the time I quit watching it.
Yeah, they were 1 and 2 at the academy, basically. I think, when they were together. They don't explain it, but I know that they were.
I was about to say I missed all of that.
No, they talk about when they very briefly they graze over the fact that he was an ally before he went rogue.
When he said I'm no longer a bad boy and I'm with the good guys now,
I hated that part.
I turned it off.
I hated that. That was a shot at the Pistons. I mean, but everything Rodman said in this movie was one-liners and corny and used basketball reference.
The man jumped out of an airplane and had a basketball as a parachute. That's my ass.
Which the mechanics of that made no sense.
The fact that, and I thought they were gonna bounce, they just hit the floor and hold, as if they didn't die or nothing. It was, oh my god.
Go ahead, Joe.
Now we're at this carnival, and there's undercover operatives, in incognito. Quinn and his sniper are in a tree. They're up top looking for a kill shot, and Quinn notices that something's wrong. He's realizing they have almost like a lookalike, so he realizes Stavros knows they're there. Mm-hmm. So he's looking for Stavros, and a woman comes out, and he thinks she has a bomb, and ends up being his child. Now, I don't know if Stavros knows that they're watching him or not, but I think it would be a little bit crazy to bring your child and your wife or girlfriend or whoever she is, knowing that stuff's going to go down. But I mean, it's possible.
I think he thought that his decoy would have kept him distracted. That's the only thing that I could think that he thought was going to happen.
I could see that, but if you're thinking that you're up against the best and he knows you so well, I gotta think you might think against that, because literally he turns around and there's no possible way he could. If you're a good sniper, there's no way a guy with a handgun is just gonna pick you off from that far of a distance. You should be 100 meters away. You're not getting picked off with a Glock. Yeah, this is where the movie for me kind of fell off.
Just this part.
No, there's more. There's more, but that part annoyed me because I'm just like, okay, I realize you're a badass, but you're not taking out a sniper. That sniper must have been too close. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he started noticing everyone. Go ahead, Angel.
I was gonna say it looked like they were way too close. At least with the way the angle looked, it looked like it was way too close. I'm gonna be honest with you. After this scene, when they get to the hospital, that's where the whole entire movie lost me. One of the parts, but that's where they lost me. I know
what you're talking about too.
I've never seen people go through so many damn windows before in my life. That was shit.
I don't understand, because now at this scene that Joe's describing, there's a shootout and people are running and people are screaming. But then you have other people who are just on rides, enjoying the carnival, acting like nothing is going on, riding down the giant slide and everything. I did not get that either.
And then here's where I want to know, ask you guys. So his child and wife or girlfriend, they take a bullet, a fatal wound from a bullet. Was it Jack's crew that hit him, or it looked to me more it was a stray bullet from one of his own people?
No, I thought it was Jack's crew.
I couldn't tell because they did it weird, and you couldn't really tell.
The way they panned the camera was really fucked up, but it looked like it was Jack's crew, I would say.
Because he's blaming Jack now.
Mike, are you sleeping?
No,
and he's blaming Jack. But I don't know.
I'm trying not to go in. Sorry to interrupt.
It wasn't clear to me that whose bullet it was that took him out, but I guess it doesn't matter. if there was no shootout and you didn't have your kid there, it wouldn't have been a thing anyway.
Right.
He should have took the shot.
I don't know. Well, he didn't. Well, the kid messed him up, especially that he's going to be a dad soon. So you're right on that. You are right on that. Yeah, so now here's the thing.
I hated this hospital scene. This didn't make any sense.
Okay, but how? There's a hospital at the carnival, or the hospital is this close to the carnival?
A hospital. They would never have a carnival this close to a hospital.
I didn't even see him run far enough away to like end up at a hospital.
Okay, Angel, what was your problem with the hospital?
So this is my thing. This is my problem. I'm going to be real with you. So one, I thought the fight scenes were terrible in the hospital. That was when I noticed it wasn't Jean-Claude Van Damme doing his stunts on some of them. Like I said, it would like cut out, just show his foot. But the real issue was, why are they jumping through so many damn windows to like, it seemed like every single time he's going through a window. He could have went through the door. He could have went around. Like, to me, it seemed like this is what it was, man. It seemed like they were, and I feel like this throughout the whole movie. It seemed like they were adding so many extra, I don't know, like extra moves or extra props to the fight scenes that didn't need to be there. So some of it just made it look pointless or made it look like it was too much. Like,
Angel.
He literally went through 10 windows. Like, he kicked
movies
the door.
In the 90s were just that. A lot of going through windows, going off of being high up, or going through like a drywall. That was most movies in the 90s.
But that was my thing.
Through a wall, through a window. That's what they did, man. That was the thing.
If that was my thing, bro. Like I think it like something exploded or whatever. He jumped through the window to not get shot. Then
anyone ever listens to our podcast and like, I'm gonna go watch that movie and see if it's really that bad?
I think so.
Sometimes
I think so. But Joe, this is Joe, did you have a problem with the hospital before I said what my problem was?
My biggest problem with the hospital scene is he put a grenade in with a baby.
Okay.
He got me on that one. You got me on that
one. Okay, let me tell you my problem with the hospital.
Go ahead.
There was nobody in the hospital except for babies. There was
You're so right. Where were the nurses?
There was nobody. We've all seen everywhere.
Gene always figures out something like this.
I don't know how you do that. Like, that's not one thing that came to my mind when I saw that scene. Like, where are the nurses?
We should have. It was the most obvious thing.
Like,
I'm looking like there's no people, but there's a room full of babies crying. What the hell? What the hell is that about? Who just says, bye, babies, you're on your own, deal with this shit on your own, I gotta go? It's just like a room full of babies crying.
Is it bad that I didn't notice that?
That's what I'm saying. Gene's the only one. I'm sitting here going, he's 100% right.
I'm the only
That's
one.
Messed up.
That is messed up. You think it's okay to walk into a room and there's babies and you're like, oh, okay, there's some babies in here.
Gene, you just ruined this movie even more for me. Now I'm even more mad.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Now this next scene and this next whole idea of this movie is what really took me out of this movie. Because I used to think this was cool, but now maybe I didn't understand so much. Okay, so you have this decorated CIA agent who you brought out of retirement. He's getting ready to live his life. He seems to have enough money. His wife is pregnant. He's going to be a dad. And 3 years, you bring him out of retirement, call his mission a failure, and you basically put him in a prison.
Well, okay, so basically what happens is Stavros gets away, right? There's an explosion at the hospital, and it was one of those things where you see an explosion behind someone. Well, in this situation, he actually got hit with shrapnel, and he ends up waking up on some other island somewhere. And we find out that the CIA told his family that he was dead. So like Joe said, they were pissed off at him that the mission was a failure. So they just considered him dead, and he's there with all of these other failed CIA agents and also enemies of CIA.
Yes. So your people that he thought was dead, they sit here on this island. It's basically like a Rutgers Island kind of prison, but they can move around. They have to be in their room. They have to touch a scanner and scan their thumbprint. And I mean, they're at the behest of the CIA.
Well, they were going to kill him. Remember, he had to push his thumbs on there and say.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it was his choice to live, but still, you're still in a prison. You're in a prison, basically. But
that's how I think. I think that's in real life.
I wouldn't doubt
it's like that in real life, and I think Biggie, Pac, and Johnny Versace are on the island somewhere.
All right, now we're going conspiracy theory.
You know what? This is the first time I saw someone that had an explosion behind them, and they actually got hit with the shrapnel. This is the first time I've ever seen it, because earlier in the movie, this happens again with Starvos, and he doesn't get hit with any shrapnel. He just kind of walks away from the explosion when Quinn's, the guy who recruited him to come back, when he got killed. So I didn't get why he got, quote unquote, killed or hit with the shrapnel. We never see that in movies.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So Jack's, he's waking up. He's getting the lay of the land of his new life now. They give him a watch. The watch kind of tells you where to be and how to maneuver, and when you can leave your room, when you have to be there to press your thumbprint and make sure that you're in your room. And I'm not sure what happens if you're not there.
I don't know. That's what I was about to ask. Was there a bomb on that watch? Because they gave them all watches that they had to wear.
Well, you could just take the watch off. There's got to be more to it than that.
I thought, now Quinn is part of the Suicide Squad. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, more or less, that's what this was. But really,
that's what this was.
What they're doing is they created like a hive mind of CIA and former CIA villains, and they sit around and they kind of just try to figure out different problems and solve these problems. And I guess they got a quota they got to fill. I'm not really sure. They didn't really say, but they're checking video, surveillance. They're checking all kinds of stuff, and they got to kind of come together and figure out all these different things or whatever.
Now, the guy who was in charge, he said that no other organization knew that they were alive. So, is it safe to say that if you're part of this colony, that's what they call them, that you're going to be here for the rest of your life? This is it for you? You're not ever going back into civilization? Is that
Seems
pretty
that
much
way.
what's going on?
That's what I got the gist from those other guys that were there.
Oh, that had to suck then.
They'll even show him, because he's asking the guy straight up. He's like, no one's ever escaped. He said anyone that's tried is dead or, dead within 24 hours. He explains that, if you do somehow escape, that you're basically tracked down by someone who's assigned to your case, and that's a current CIA agent. So, they put a bloodhound on you, more or less. So, they got it all figured out, supposedly.
Yeah. Okay.
There's lasers in the water. Of course, whatever. And here we are. That's his new life.
This seemed like it sucked to me. There was a scene coming up where we see airplanes dropping stuff off, and then another plane comes and pick things up. The lasers in the water, they go off and then come back on. I missed all of that. I don't understand. I watched this part twice. I didn't get what was going on. I don't know if they explained it. Do any of you guys understand that part at all?
I knew it was like a French plane because they had the little French helmets on in the plane. The guy had the plane, the little looked like an old school motorcycle helmet.
What was you gonna say, Angel?
I thought he died. Like when he jumped in the water and the laser came on, I thought they cut his little body up. I didn't know what happened at first. And then at one point I thought I missed the whole movie. I thought this was like a simulation. So I didn't know what was going on.
It's some kind of cargo that gets dropped off and picked up in that area. They don't explain it. They don't have any. We don't have any idea.
It's the worst movie ever.
Then he tried to get
it's
stabbed.
It's not the worst movie ever. Trust me, we've seen worse.
He tried to get stabbed in the water. That made no sense. I was like, where the hell did that guy come from?
Hey, look. Worst martial arts movie ever.
Yeah, it's as of right now, it's Karate Christmas Miracle. I'm not putting nothing above that right now.
Yeah, there's nothing is because that movie was made. It just drove me nuts. Anyhow, so Jean-Claude Van Damme, you can kind of see Jack Quinn is scheming already, and trying to plan his escape, I'm assuming. And we also see his wife. She's out in the pool. She's moving. She's an artist, it looks like.
Yeah.
She does some sculptures. She gets a call from a lady that wants her to come to Rome. And they're going to work on her art gallery, pay her for some of her art. And, of course, I mean, she's sad that her husband is gone, but she still has a baby to take care of. So who knows? She wants to sell her art. So she ends up in Rome at a hotel, and she's working on her art gallery. And then we pan back and we see Jack Quinn. He's kind of doing his
training
Rocky routine.
They even had music with it, and the music was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
At first, I was wondering why he was doing this training, and then I figured I thought that maybe he was trying to rehab himself because he was messed up before this part.
He is rehabbing himself, but he's also trying to get strong because he's also holding his breath underwater. So he's going to use the water to escape.
And at first, we don't know what he's doing and why he's doing these things. And then we find out shortly after he's pretty much getting his body ready to escape.
Yeah, and so he also has a calendar, and he writes "Happy Birthday," and he puts a butterfly on the calendar. And the only reason I'm explaining that is because a few scenes later, during his job where he's trying to find more terrorists and trying to stop terrorists and everything, he finds a video of a building, and when he zooms in on it, it says "I have," and there's a picture of a butterfly. So basically, he takes it as Stavros letting him know that he has his wife.
Right. And that's when he decides he has to leave.
Yeah, so he's not going to stick around and let anybody else figure out how to get his wife back. And he's got to get his wife, because that's his wife and kid now from Stavros. So go ahead, guys. What do you got? You got anything about
So
that?
I just Googled this, and I really don't agree with it.
What's that?
You don't agree with
There's a couple different sites.
Okay.
And for the top 10s, they're almost all of them are the same. So number 1 is Electra. Number 2 is Dragon Ball Evolution.
Those two were bad. Those two.
Oh, the worst movies?
Worst martial arts.
Dragon Ball Evolution's the worst martial arts movie on the planet.
Number 3 is The Last Airbender.
Ha!
That is a terrible movie. I hate that movie.
Number 4 is Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain.
They better shut the fuck up. Don't you dare.
No, that movie was bad.
Number 5 is Turbo Power Rangers movie.
Which one? The new one?
Turbo.
Turbo.
Oh, the one from 97.
Oh, they better stop.
Street Fighter.
That should have been one.
The Scripture with No Words. And then the other Street Fighter from 94.
Oh, okay. Well, that one.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Double Dragon.
Double Dragon should have been up top.
The Next Karate Kid. Ghost Warrior. Three Ninjas Knuckle Up. Here you go. This is going to offend everybody. That's why I went so far. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh, my God.
And Rush Hour 3. That's your top 15.
God. Rush Hour.
Who wrote that? Shit.
I'm trying to find this movie has to be on here. I'm going to keep looking.
It's not on there.
Whoever put this list together could not have seen a Karate Christmas Miracle. They couldn't have seen it.
32.
Double Impact is 32. That's kind of far down.
Impact. This is Double Team, not Double Impact.
Oh yeah,
okay,
Double Team.
Okay,
that's right.
Double Impact is him, where he plays the double.
Yeah, he plays both of them, right?
Yeah, yes, right. Him and his twin. So Jack has created a system to not only escape, but also to make sure that he gets his thumbprint. So he has to cut his thumbprint off. He puts it on an eraser. He makes a timer with some water spilling into a can, so he can still clock in like normal, but also he's not going to be there because he's got to escape. He's got to go get his wife. And so his idea is to wait for the cargo to come when the lasers lift up, and then he's going to somehow get on and ride the plane out of there. Go ahead, Gene.
No, I was gonna say. So yeah, I saw this part, and when he got the cargo, the plane comes, it takes off. He's holding on to his cargo, and I'm thinking, okay, turbulence is not bothering you. This wind is not going to blow you off. You're able to hold on that tight and make it up. You can breathe at this height.
And the thing is, he does get attacked underwater, and he fights off the attack. I don't even know how much time. It didn't look like 15 seconds. It looked like he was underwater more than 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much time he was supposed to have, but it didn't look like, but whatever, movie magic. So he, like Gene said, he ends up holding on to this cargo, and the only problem he has when he gets there is his hands are real stiff. But even that doesn't last long, because the second a guy comes up and grabs him, all of a sudden his hands are fine.
And he's throwing people off of the plane because the plane is not closed. So the wind is not sucking him out either. He's able to fight.
But he was nice enough to at least ask him if they had a parachute.
Yeah. And
Never mind if they can swim or not.
Then he hijacks the plane. And has the pilots take him back to where was it that Yaz was? Antwerp? Was that the name of it? The city?
Club. Oh, I don't even know.
Okay. So he ends up going back to where Yaz is, and he wants some artillery from him.
Yes. Now the other thing, I don't know if you guys caught this, but the second he escaped, and they were talking about him escaping, his friend, quote unquote, that was talking to him the whole time and kind of showing him the ropes at the academy prison, whatever you want to call it, got a message on his watch.
I did see that.
It was a countdown because now he's after Jack. So he's the one that's got to go after Jack.
Right.
Which kind of, I mean, that's pretty crappy. I mean, you're going to go kill your friend?
I mean, it's either that or probably somebody's going to kill him. So he didn't really have a choice, that much of a choice.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. But still, I mean, at least let him take out Stavros first.
You would think.
This movie did $48 million in the box office.
That's what I said. And it was a $30 million budget.
Can we make a movie?
You said this last time. We already talked about it, remember?
But I know, but I mean, seriously, we can make a movie and at least make $10 million.
At least.
For sure.
At least our story would be good.
So he goes to see Yaz, and he needs some equipment from him, but Yaz doesn't want to give it to him.
He wants to know how he's going to pay for
it. Right. I'm assuming that he's good for it because he did not look. Quinn did not look like he was broke. He did. He has a nice house. And I'm quite sure he had some funds stashed away.
He wanted the bank accounts.
The CIA bank accounts. That's what he wanted. He said he had 3 of them, right?
3 of them.
Yeah.
But then he lied about it. He ended up. He said later they were false accounts anyway.
Yeah.
And so this is the part Angel was talking about earlier, where he tells him, "Oh, you don't need a parachute. I got something better than a parachute." And he ends up. They both jump out of the plane because Quinn throws Yaz out of the plane, and instead of a parachute, it's a basketball.
Yeah, they get inside of it. They're inside of a. I don't know. I mean, a parachute thing that's like a basketball.
But there was the physics of it couldn't have worked. I mean, if you want to make this believable, I mean, you have to at least have. There was no hole. There was nothing in this to make it plausible. It was just literally a circular parachute that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
And what made it so they wouldn't just splat on the ground? Like it was silly. Yeah, he's the one. Perfect. So Quinn's back at his house, and there's a lady that was planted in his house.
Oh, that was his house. Okay, I didn't know where he went. I didn't know that was his house. Okay.
So we're learning that this quote unquote art gallery that's going on in Rome was actually set up by Stavros. So it's all a ploy to take out Jack and get him back and everything like that. And he's basically seeking his revenge for losing his son. And so he's got a team of people that are at the house, and even the lookalike that looked like his wife, is gunning after him, and he won't shoot her at first because it looks just like, which I thought was stupid. Obviously, it's not your wife. She has a grenade and a gun that she's pointed at you. Shoot her ass.
Right. Now she was in the house when the house was on fire because she came out and she looks like she got burnt up herself, but she looks kind of like a zombie the way she came out.
It was stupid.
It was extremely stupid.
Because it's like, what is this? Cartoon rules now?
Right.
So him and Yaz, they go out to there's a car, and it has a recording that's going over and over again, and it's basically explaining, come to Rome if you want to see your wife. Don't take the car. The car is basically rigged. Right. Which, I mean, I guess that was nice. You could have just took him out there, but whatever.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
This I forgot about this part because it's so stupid. Dennis Rodman's character Yaz is, of course, dressed ridiculously in Rome, and he goes to steal a car, and he steals the tiniest little bug that he literally has to stick his head out of the car to even drive it.
He makes up for it, though.
I agree, but still, we didn't need that in the movie.
And you know what else happened that didn't make any sense? Did you guys pay attention to that? Dennis Rodman's hair color was changing throughout the different things. Like, why? Like, when are you having time to dye your hair through all of this mess?
It reminded me of what's his face in
Wizard of Oz? Oh, I thought you were talking about the Horse of Many Colors.
No, the Fifth Element. Remember did you see the Fifth Element? With he had different what do you call it? Hairstyles. It was Rush Hour. What's his name? Who? Not Jackie Chan. I got it. Why can't I think of it?
Chris Tucker?
Yeah, it was Chris Tucker played a character similar to Dennis Rodman's character in this one, and he kept changing his hairstyle.
I know what you're talking about. I never saw that movie, but I know what you're talking about.
With Bruce Willis, it's a funny movie, better than this one. Anyhow, so he figures out everything, and he again tries to set up Stavros with a team, but Stavros drives by in a car with his pregnant wife, and so he blows the whole op. And now Stavros knows where he is. And he runs right into Stavros, and they have a quote-unquote heart-to-heart. And he basically tells him, you killed my son, now I got your butterfly and I got your son. Mm-hmm. And this time, and I'm going to give you a chance like you didn't give me a chance to get him back. Right. Which, okay. And then a guy on a horse out of nowhere with a gun just shows up.
Yo, did you see the woman's face in the carriage that was getting married?
No, I didn't. I was just confused by everything that was going on at this point.
He was looking like
everything at this point. The movie was just losing its mind.
Yeah, because there was a shootout. A shootout happened. It's like I didn't know like if these were Stavros guys or the CIA or this anti-terrorism group. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know.
The best part, though, the whole movie is when Rodman shows up on that Ducati and Mola.
Yes. It really is. Well, real quick, I'm going to go over. There's a couple of fight scenes here. Some random guy that's in a hotel that Quinn beats up pretty easily. Then there's another guy, a bald guy with funky whatever on, and he literally jumps out of his shoes. And you don't know why. I have no idea. And then all of a sudden he shows you why. Because he has a knife between his toes.
Yo, man, that was when I got pissed at this movie. That's when I was about to cut it off.
That's when you got pissed?
Yeah, I saw you mention that in the group chat, man.
How you gonna do that, bro?
And I gotta say, I don't know what I was thinking when I used to watch this movie. I really probably thought this part was cool, but it was stupid. Like you're not holding a knife between your toes like that. It's not gonna happen.
Well, at least this is one of the few martial arts scenes that we got in this movie, a karate fight,
True. Very true.
Going back and forth, not just, him beating someone up, actual punches and kicks going back and forth between each other. All right. So next, Quinn's wife is getting ready to have the baby. Stavros, for whatever reason, has her sent to a hospital for her to deliver the baby. And then she does. And then the baby disappears. Now,
which she never says anything about that, which kind of, I was like, really? You're not going to be like, no, don't take my baby? You're
no.
just like, okay with it?
Yeah. Now, Yaz has some monk friends.
Made no sense.
This came out of nowhere, too. I was confused by this also. And these monks are, it seems like they're intelligent, like scientists. Like they have all these computers and everything in their temple. And I once again, I was still confused. But at this point in time, nothing was surprising me about this movie.
Not at all. Because there's one more big surprise right at the end that I thought made no sense. But we'll talk about it in a minute. So they're basically, they got the meeting spot to meet up with Stavros. They're trying to come in like the back door. And, he has the Quinn's child. And so he's got to save Quinn. He's got to save his child. He's got to save his wife because he's left a team to kill the wife. So he comes in. He saves his wife. Almost takes out a nurse who saved his wife. Which that nurse held on to that gun for so long. If she thought like someone, I don't know. It was weird to me. Like he grabs her and almost shoots her, and then everything's fine.
Right.
Has Yaz take the wife somewhere safe. Then they go to like a stadium. I don't even know what it is. It's some kind of stadium.
I didn't even know how he knew to go there.
He left.
Yeah, they never said that. Did they?
He left a sign or a note or some shit like that. Or he called him on a cell phone. I don't even know. Who cares? At this point, who the hell cares? Stavros is there. He's got mines set up with crosses marking the mines. He's got the baby in a carriage or a basket or some bullshit. He's got
a tiger.
A tiger. Yeah. That's the part. That's where I said, okay, what is the point?
I wonder if this was the same tiger that we saw at the beginning of the movie when they had the carnival scene, because they kept showing a tiger when they were showing the carnival. So
they did. That's right.
I wonder if this was supposed to be the same tiger.
I think the tiger was the one that let Stavros know that people were watching because they like looked up.
That is right. That did happen.
Like the tiger
looked up.
The tiger looked up.
That's right. The tiger looked up,
and it made Stavros look up and then realize. Like that's crazy, bro.
Okay, all right, we're finishing this up because
we're almost done.
Okay, the tiger ends up chasing Quinn. The Yaz comes in on a motorcycle.
A Ducati Imola.
The baby. The Quinn and Stavros have a fight. Then they pretend to step on mines, and mines are missing. Yaz, he messed with the mines, and now Stavros has stepped on a mine. A big old tiger's going to eat his ass. Everybody runs out of the building. They get behind a table for the explosion, and everybody survives.
The Coke machine.
And the baby doesn't say anything. The baby says nothing the whole time. Doesn't scream or nothing. All this noise. Brand new baby just sitting there like, whatever.
Yeah, he just kind of cools. That's it. He just kind of cools. But the explosion got me because they are engulfed with flames. And they're all just standing behind this Coke machine and none of them get burnt up. It's not hot or anything.
Hey, it's kind of funny that Dennis Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme were touching Coke in the movie. Get it?
Oh, man.
An ugly job problem. Anyhow, we go outside. They have their Quinn and Yaz. They talk. They're got mutual respect for each other. And then what's his face shows up. I don't even know the guy's name, but the guy that's supposed to kill Quinn.
Yeah, what was his name? Did they ever even give him a name? I don't know. Well, he was the guy. He was the guy that was part of the anti-terrorism group that had Quinn on that island. He was the boss of that.
So he shows up to kill Quinn, and Yaz has a lucky coin that's a bomb. He throws it up. It explodes. Quinn drives away with his child in the car. End scene.
Well, let me ask you this. Was he really there to kill Quinn? Because he asked for some hair in his shirt. That's
to make it look like he did.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that was all about, but the whole thing was dumb.
See, I didn't think he was there to really kill Quinn, because why didn't he just shoot Yaz for doing what he did?
Well, then why did Yaz have to distract him so he could get away?
Because none of that made sense. None of that made sense.
I think he might. Well, who knows?
Hey, best line of the whole damn movie at the end. Yaz goes, "I'm definitely gonna get a fine for this shit."
No, I know. I was done with it. He didn't need to say that. He had made enough of those jokes throughout the movie. I was done with it.
The one about when he missed practice.
Yo,
yeah,
I about died
when he said that. I saw it and I literally was like, "You're an asshole." Like, I just didn't even know what else to say. Like, that's so corny. Like, what is wrong?
The best defense is a good offense. I mean, come on.
Okay, so what do you guys grade in this movie? I give it a D.
D.
I give it a D.
What's a E?
I can't. Like I said, man, like Double Dragon and Karate Christmas Miracle are two of the worst, and this was not worse than those movies. So I can't give it an F because it wasn't. I mean, it was a little bit more watchable than those two movies.
So because I am a Rodman dork, I will tell you this: there is a movie worse than this. It's called Simon Says, and it's 1999. They made this movie, and Dennis Rodman was the star, and he was an arms dealer, and it's his exact same, almost minus Van Damme and the Karate, but it's the exact same movie 2 years later.
Was he the same character? I remember. No.
Yeah, he was an arms dealer.
No. I mean, was he? Yeah, but I think his name was Simon in the movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, Simon Says.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that's
so. That was an E. So this is a D. I get it.
What are you giving it, Joe?
I really wanted to like this movie, so screw it. I don't care. C-.
Angel, what you give this movie?
Oh, I give it I don't care.
C- is average.
I'm just trying to be different.
Well, you fucking are.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Okay, so
Angel, what are you giving this movie?
I was gonna give it a D-, bro. It's not an F, but it's a D- without a doubt.
All right, so that's it for Double Team. Did you guys decide what we're gonna do next?
Nope.
I put it in the chat.
I know.
Y'all know.
What'd you put?
In the Facebook chat.
It's not my turn.
All right, Mike. Do you even know about this? So what we're doing is what we decided to do, since there's typically 4 weeks in a month, and it's 4 of us. We're all going to just take a different decade, because I think I'm going to do the 70s, 80s movies I picked.
One does the 90s, I think, right?
Yeah.
Why do you guys get the good shit?
Well, we gave you the newer ones. We thought you would want the movies. We thought you would want to do the 2010s until now.
Yeah, you got 2010s. I got 2000s.
You got the 70s and 80s.
Mike, you want to switch? I'll do 2010s.
No, there's not a lot of movies in 2000, 2010 either.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I do 2010s, the first thing we watching is It Man.
I'll keep 2010. We'll never watch that shit ever again.
All right. So Joe, or should I pick? I mean, I didn't even look at nothing.
I'm gone for 2 weeks in Florida, so you guys have to skip me for twice.
Well, I mean, you just think about. I mean,
when I come back,
just let us know what you want to do when you come back.
Shit when you come back.
So
we ain't watching that shit when you come back. You just named on the
Ron, your coach lives right down the road from me. Don't make me call you and get you kicked off your new team already.
Oh shit!
Out there looking like a leprechaun.
Oh damn!
You want to play jokes with me, man?
Joe, pick a movie.
This kid in here telling me what I better not do. Who does he think I am?
What's that one we were gonna watch? I really wanted to check it out. I think it's called Paper Dragons.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No,
yeah.
Paper Tigers. Paper Tigers.
Yeah, it's a newer movie. It came out, I think either last year or in 2020.
That'd be in my era.
It is. I think that'll be a good movie though.
Is it on Netflix or no? Did we talk about that? Was it on Netflix?
I think.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, right.
It's an old group of men that were like kung fu masters back in the day, and now they got to get together and rekindle their kung fu.
It's released in '96.
No, this one's 2021.
Yeah. This one just came out.
Well, that looks stupider.
I know, that's why I'm picking it, so you don't have to watch it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right,
You're
so
welcome.
That's what we're doing. Paper Tigers.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good one.
Paper Dragons.
Interesting. No, Tigers. Paper Tigers.
All right. Let's close it up. You guys got any closing remarks?
No, I'm good.
Nah.
All right, cool. Any tournaments coming up, Angel?
Yeah, I got my seminar this upcoming weekend in Charlotte, and then after that I go to Texas the week after.
All right, man. Good luck.
What tournament is in Texas?
Cowboy Up. Yeah, so that's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna go with my Leprechaun gang. We're gonna do our thing.
You about to start something, Mike?
All right, Mike. I say the Canelo all the time. I say you out here looking like a big ass leprechaun.
All right, Mike. You have fun the next couple weeks, man. Be safe out there, and and then Joe might have to holler at you about something, man. You feel like taking a trip up to Grand Rapids?
For what?
To pick these damn bowls up, man.
yo, yes, now you gotta do the duties. You gotta do the duties, man.
Oh man, shipping like the bowls. I ordered the bowls for the students. It's like $250, but they want another $300 to ship them. I'm like, no, I'll just come get the shit.
Through Quan?
Yeah, Quan. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. You can just go pick them up.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna pay $300 in shipping. That's just not happening, you know. All right, everybody, stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week. Director, play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.